Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and film a video that not only was suggested but also requested. I really tried to do this last year, but I ran out of time. So today I wanted to share some costume ideas and suggestions for your special needs child. But first I want to introduce myself in case you are new here. My name is Joann. I'm married and I have twin boys who are 11 years old. My son Michael has autism and is nonverbal. Our autism journey started in 2013 when Michael was diagnosed at 20 months. And although I can tell you that we noticed characteristics of autism before that diagnosis. I've shared many videos here on my channel about our autism life, and I will invite you to please check them out below. I will leave a playlist below if your child has been recently diagnosed or you've already been on your autism journey. So I will leave that playlist below. So the fall season, definitely can be challenging for kids on the spectrum, and due to, many different aspects of the season. If you have a child with sensory issues, the weather change can also contribute to hard days. But today I specifically wanted to talk about Halloween. Today is October 4th. We are getting close to the holiday, and I know people are starting to think about different costume ideas, and I thought I was trying to get this up as soon as possible so it would be helpful for the autism community. I have some notes in front of me, so I'm going to be looking down every so often just so I can, make sure I don't miss anything. But as you can imagine, not all kids can just wear their, slip into a superheroes or princess costume and, be okay with it. That doesn't always work. So I thought what I'd like to do today is share every single costume I have had for Michael since he was born, from 2012 up until last year. And I'm also going to share with you today what his costume will be for this year. Okay, so I'm making this video in hopes that this will help your child who is on a spectrum or may have sensory issues. Hopefully it'll help with the suggestions. All of these costumes have been successful. We did not have any costume, wardrobe malfunctions or anything of that nature. So I'm hoping that this will help you and your child, enjoy the fall season as well as Halloween. So at the very beginning of Michael's diagnosis, it was definitely a learning experience for us as a family. I never heard of sensory issues. I never really and it was very difficult for us to really understand and process that information. We weren't paying attention to fabrics, tags in, tags in clothing, the weight of the fabric, or just it being comfortable. Those were things that we really had to start paying attention to. So it could be tricky because what may be comfortable for you may not be for your child. So it is like a little bit of, a trial and error. And we're keeping that in mind also. Your child best. So what may have worked for Michael, for our son, may not work for yours. So just keep those things in mind as I show you the Halloween costume. So as of today filming this, it is October 4th. Everything is available on Amazon and in stock. Most things are shipped Prime, and pretty much everything is under $35. So it's also budget friendly. You don't want to be spending $50, $60 on a costume that they're going to wear once, although you can certainly use it for siblings if you have any siblings that are younger, or of course donate it. So in 2012, my boys were about 5 months old during Halloween. So the first costume they wore was actually a sleeper. Of course, and it just had pumpkins on it, and I think it had a pumpkin hat, but you know, it wasn't really even considered a costume. Obviously, they did not go out trick-or-treating, but it made a perfect picture opportunity, and I'm going to go ahead and insert a picture here for you to see. And if you still have babies at home, this is a great option. You know, I think we took a couple of pictures with pumpkins around them, but it's always a nice memory to have. In 2013, Michael was 17 months old, and he was walking, and we were starting to see some delays in Michael's development. So that year we went with a very simple skeleton costume. It was actually a romper with Velcro openings, I believe on the top and the bottom, made it very easy for diaper changes. And it was comfortable enough for him to keep the costume on. We didn't have to worry too much about him taking it off. It had no accessories, and of course it was just black with the outline of the bones of the skeleton, and really it just really worked for them. I'm just looking at my notes. I want to make sure I don't leave anything out, but I always try to look for costumes with no accessories, or if they do have accessories, these are not necessarily really needed to complete the look. That would be one tip that I could, or advice that I would give. You know, just stick to the costume itself. So the skeleton costume was definitely a winner. Both boys wore it, and I'm going to insert a picture here for you to see as well. Okay, moving on to 2014. Michael wore it was a two-piece. It said doctors in training, kind of like a Scrubs costume. And again, it was two pieces. It was easy to take on and off, easy for using the bathroom. And although the costume did come with accessories, you know, we didn't use it, and it really didn't take away from the costume itself. And I will put a picture in right here. Okay, in 2015, Michael started preschool. He was at 3 years old, and we knew that year he was going to be doing the parade of costumes around, you know, where the kids all do a parade around the school. So we wanted something that was really comfortable, and we knew that he wouldn't be fussing with so much. So we went with Thomas the Train. And the cool thing about this costume is it really just was a t-shirt with Thomas the Train, and it worked perfectly. All we had to do was add in the bottoms, and I think we went with like a jean bottom. I'm not sure, but you could do jeans, you can do sweatpants, you know, whatever it is your child is comfortable in, and it worked fine. It was a great costume, and he did the parade with no problems whatsoever. And I will insert a picture of Thomas the Train costume here. Okay, moving along. In 2016, we decided to go with a train engineer costume for Michael. This was also a winner. It was one piece, but it had Velcro on all the openings, so it was easy again for using the restroom, and it was comfortable. And it did come with a hat. And I think we were able to get a picture of Michael with the hat on, but you know, again, it wasn't really necessary. I think it also comes with a bandana, a red bandana. I'm not sure, I don't remember, but I will insert the picture here. And again, another great idea. You know, this one might be a little bit more trickier because it is the one piece, but definitely doable. And I just wanted to share it. In 2017, we went back to the skeleton costume. This time, it was actually pajamas. And it was during that time, I remember we were having a lot of problems, I don't want to say problems, a lot of, you know, sensory issues and things going on with Michael. So I knew it had to be extremely comfortable that year. So the pajamas was the perfect solution. And again, I think it was 2 pieces. Yeah, 2 pieces. And it was just, you know, black with the skeleton bones again, but it was perfect. It worked out great that year, and I will insert a picture here. In 2018, we decided to go with a soldier costume, and this was really just like a camouflage. It had 3 pieces: the cap, the shirt, and the pants. Of course, you know, like I said, don't always have to use the, you know, the accessories like the cap, but it was definitely a winner. He was comfortable in it, and he didn't fuss with it at all. And here's a picture of that one as well. Moving on to 2019, we decided to do a prisoner costume, and I just want to check, make sure that I was right about that. Yes, it did come with accessories, and you know, I know I'm repeating myself, but we didn't have to use any of them. So it was just a, you know, a striped 2-piece costume. And again, all of these costumes really do, most of them I think all had Velcro openings, so it was easy easy to put on and take off. And that one was a winner as well. And again, I will insert the picture here. I'm just going to insert all the pictures of the costumes as we go along. I know I've been saying it, and really it's not necessary. You will see the picture pop up as I am talking about them. 2020, it was the, you know, in the middle of COVID, and there was no Halloween trick-or-treating in our area anyway, but we all did get costumes, and this one is kind of my favorite because we all got involved in it. And Michael was a police officer, and it did have, you know, the police officer hat, which he did wear. I did get a couple of pictures, and of course they'll be here. And that year I also borrowed a costume from my sister that she had a prisoner costume, and then Alex wore the prisoner costume, and we took some fun pictures of the three of us together. Like Michael was arresting us, and you know, we were pleading for mercy, but it worked out really well. It was sad that, you know, we didn't get to do the usual Halloween activities, but it was a great costume overall. In 2021, it was back to trick-or-treating, and we went easy that year, and we did Woody from Toy Story. This was a great costume because, again, it was just a t-shirt. Of course, it did, I think you came with, it may have not. You could, of course, add a cowboy hat and the red bandana if you wanted to, but everybody knows Woody, everybody knows Toy Story, so there was no question about, you know, what are you for Halloween? So it worked out really well. I think we just put jeans on him with the t-shirt, and yeah, it was a winner. Okay, finally, last year we decided to put Michael in scrubs. Kind of like a doctor, kind of similar to the one that he had previously years ago. But sometimes, you know what, you got to repeat the ones that work. And this one was also 3 pieces, or 4, I believe, because it had the cap, you know, the nurse's cap, the booties for the shoes, and the top and the bottom. You know, Michael didn't wear any of the accessories, but again, 2-piece. We were able to go trick-or-treating comfortably. He didn't have any issues with it, so we were happy about that. Okay, we finally made it to this year, and I'm going to do like the big reveal of what Michael will be wearing for Halloween this year. And this year we are going back to Toy Story, and we're going to be doing Buzz Lightyear. And the reason why I chose this is because, again, it's easy. Everybody knows who Buzz is. And no, you know, he's not going to be wearing, you know, the wings or anything like that. What do you call them in the back? Is that's not really the right terminology. But anyway, we are going with the Buzz Lightyear t-shirt, which I can pair up with it, you know, jeans, or maybe I might do white sweatpants. I'm not sure yet. White is a, you know, kind of a challenge there. But that is what he is going to be wearing for Halloween this year. I will link all of that information down below. But one last thing I wanted to mention, you know, when you have a nonverbal child, you know, Halloween trick-or-treating can be a little challenging because your child can't say trick or treat. Over the years, we've had, you know, the school has sent home, you know, little ID cards that's, you know, that they can kind of present as they are trick-or-treating, that, you know, basically reads off that, you know, that I'm nonverbal and I can't say trick or treat, but I still want to participate. Something like that. I will try and put a screenshot of the card that we got. That was quite a few years ago. But I am happy to say that Michael has come a long way, and we are able to get him to approximate the trick or treat as well as use his AAC device. So, you know, I would say if your child can't say trick or treat, don't let that stop you from going and doing it, because, you know, there's no reason why they can't participate. You know, it's supposed to be a fun, you know, activity for our kids, and no matter what their disability is, they should be able to, you know, enjoy it as well. So that is it, my friends. I hope that you've found this video helpful. You know, really, I know I'm not targeting everybody here who is subscribed to my channel, but you might know somebody who has, you know, a child with special needs or sensory issues, and it might be helpful to pass this along. So please share it with anyone that you know who might benefit from it. I'm going to link everything below. And as I said, as of today, everything is available, mostly all Prime, two-day shipping. And everything, I believe, was under $35. So it really, I hope, you know, checks off all the things that you know, want in a Halloween costume. And I hope that you have a great Halloween with your family. And thank you so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below, what is your child going to be for Halloween this year? And please, I would love it if you would subscribe and join me here in my YouTube family. You know, your support means everything. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.